Well, it is the top of the hour. It's John Terry with Vision Advisors, and I want to thank you for jumping in to join me for this workshop today, where I want to talk to you about putting together your 12-month marketing plan, be able to do so in a single day. What I'm going to share with you is a proven tactic that has been used by financial professionals just like yourself to successfully, year after year, repeat simple, effective, and sustainable results that continues to allow them to grow their practice every single year. I was recently in a room with several top advisors from different parts of the country, and in having conversation with them, we were talking about marketing and what they're doing to see success. And one of the things they shared with me was the fact that if their business was not growing by at least 20% a year, they felt like they were failing in their business. Now, I think that's a pretty good number to be able to look at, but how do we create a system that will allow you to effectively, simply, and sustainably continue to grow your practice? That's what we're going to talk about. Now, for those that were in the room before we started, I encouraged every one of you to grab a pad, a piece of paper, back of a notebook, envelope, something to write on, or take some notes on your smartphone or your iPad, but you're going to want to write down the process that we go through. And it's going to be very simple, but if you miss it, you miss it. And if you miss it, you miss the opportunity that comes from it. So I want to open it. I want to start with a very simple question. As we think into 2023, what's your plan for this year? If someone were to walk up to you and ask you, what is your plan to effectively grow your business by 20% compared to what you did last year? What's your plan? Can you answer that question? If you can't, you're in the right place, because I'm going to give you the tools over the next several minutes to help you know how to effectively answer that question. And if you look at your outcomes for 2022, a couple of questions I want to encourage you to write down and think about answering, because it's going to give you some insights into this coming year. Here's the first question. What did you do wrong in 2022? As you think about all of the things that you did in your business in 2022, what did you do wrong in the last 12 months? What did you try but failed at? What didn't work? What did you procrastinate and never get started doing? What did you make excuses rather than simply doing what needed to get done? What did you not even start? You said you were going to start. What did you start but didn't finish? What did you continue to lie yourself about, saying, yeah, I'm going to do that eventually, knowing you're never going to take the action steps to get it done? And what did you avoid doing you know you should have been doing? Now, that's the first question you got to answer as you look back. The second question is this. What did you do right in 2022? What bold action steps did you take? How did you serve your clients well? Where were your success stories in 2022? And as you look back at where you saw success, what specific type of client or clients was that success with? The opportunity to pause and ask those two questions and candidly answer those with a very honest man in the mirror, woman in the mirror look at yourself is going to allow you to do one thing. Learn what worked so you can keep doing more of it and hone that skill to make it better. And also identify what didn't work so you can either fix it so it does, or you can learn the lesson life was trying to teach you and not repeat that same mistake again. Now, it's interesting because in preparing for this event, I asked a number of financial professionals, and some of you may be on the call today. I asked you if you could do one thing in 2023 that would improve your outcomes for this year, what would it be? The number one answer I got, more butts in seat. The number two answer I got, more appointments on my calendar. The third answer I got, John, I want to close more deals. The fourth answer I got was this: I want more satisfied customers. Now, if you think about those four statements, I think we could all say that's what we want. If I'm a seminar producer, or I'm doing webinars, or I'm doing some public function to get butts in the seat to hear a message, I want more butts in the seats. If I'm scheduling appointments, I want to fill my calendar so it's full. I want to have an opportunity to get the right people on the calendar so that when I'm meeting with them, it's the best use of my time and theirs, and I can actually write more business. And I want my clients satisfied by creating that exceptional experience that not only satisfies their financial needs, but it keeps them coming back to me and also introducing me to their inner circle, their friends, their neighbors, their families, their coworkers. So I've got a chance to work those all important referrals that come from your most satisfied customers. Now, if those four things are important, it begs the question, how do we do more of those things? How do we get more butts in seats? How do we get more appointments on the calendar and the right type of appointments? How do we close more business and how do we get more satisfied customers? Very simple. You need a plan. You need a process that you can follow to make sure that when you implement it and you follow through with it, it's actually going to do what it needs to do. And that's to put more bodies in the room, to put more bodies in your webinar, to create those quality appointments that get you in front of the right people at the right time that want and need what you have to offer so that you can sell more business and create more satisfied customers that introduce you to their inner circle of friends, family, and neighbors. You not only want a plan and a process, you want one that's going to work all year long so you have an opportunity to make things happen in your business. Now, here's what you need to understand about a plan and a process, because this is where many financial professionals fail. They see themselves solely as an insurance agent, a stockbroker, an investment advisor, and they forget that's part of who they are. First and foremost, you are a marketer. You are selling who you are to the public that wants and needs what you have to offer. There is a marketing component to your business that if you're not learning and honing that skill, you're not going to be as effective as you could be. There's a business management component to your business that if you're not managing and dealing with and handling the business aspects of running a business, you're not going to be as successful as you could be. So the plan and the process that you put together has to address your marketing, the business component, and also what you enjoy, that belly-to-belly, face-to-face conversation with clients to solve their money problems. That brings me to an important point that I want to say on the front end. And if you've got a piece of paper, I want to encourage you to write this down. And here's the statement. Successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do sometimes or not at all. Now, I want to say that again. Successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do sometimes or not at all. Successful people daily follow the plan they've created. They follow the process they set forth to get them in front of the same type of customer they want to work with over and over and over again throughout the year so they can repeat the successes that they've continued to enjoy earlier in the year, and they keep that momentum and that success going all year long. Interestingly enough, when we look into the world of the financial professional industry, here's what we found. 95% of financial professionals are mediocre, average, lackluster at best. Why? Because they don't do daily what successful people do that allow them to get to the top of the mountain and be the head of the class. The top 5% do daily what the bottom 95% do sometimes or not at all. And as a result of that, the top 5% write more business and generate more activity than the bottom 95% combined. Now, the difference between what the top 5% do and the bottom 95% is not that much, but it's just a little bit. It's like leaving the putt 6 inches from the hole every time you stroke the ball. All you need is just a little bit more to get that ball to fall in the cup, that nice rewarding plunk, and you've just taken a stroke off your score. My mentor is Dr. John C. Maxwell, and I love what he says. Dr. John says, the secret to your success is found in your daily routine. So that begs the question, when it comes to working in your business, to working on your sales and marketing, to positioning yourself to get in front of quality prospects on a consistent and regular basis, what's your plan? What's your process? What is your daily routine to make that happen? That's what we're going to talk about in the workshop today. And I want you to hear that from one of the world's most successful men, Dr. John C. Maxwell. Dr. John's written more than 100 books on leadership and self-improvement and is one of the go-to gurus in the area of business owners looking to be successful in their business. I've been privileged for the last several years to sit at Dr. John's feet and learn from him. And I have learned from him this one thing. The secret to your success and my success is truly found in the things that you do daily. Now, that begs the question of this: how much success do you want in your business? That's going to determine the routine that you're going to follow. And once you've set a plan and a process, if you follow the plan, you're going to see success. If you design a plan, you create it, and you never implement, nothing's going to happen. If you implement and start, but you don't finish, you're going to start well, but you're going to end lackluster, mediocre, average, just like the bottom 95% of financial professionals that I don't believe you want to be, or you wouldn't be in the room with me right now. So I want to talk about how you, in one day, create a 12-month marketing plan. Now, you may want to go out when this is done, and you may want to go buy you one of those big calendars that you stick on the wall from Staples or Office Depot, or you may want to jump into your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar and map this out. But this is a very simple process, and we want to break it down into small bite-sized chunks. Now, when you think about a 12-month marketing program, you may say, John, planning a 12-month marketing plan, that's a lot. There's a lot of work involved in putting together a 12-month plan. Well, here's what I'm here to tell you. If we break it down or carve it down into what I like to call chunks that you can work, it's much easier. I remember my mom asking me a question as a young child when I was struggling with a big project I was given in school, and it was the first time I had to do a term paper. And as I was struggling with putting that together, my mom looked at me and she asked me an odd question. She said, John, how do you eat an elephant? And I thought, well, that's kind of a dumb question. I said, I don't know, Mom, how do you eat an elephant? And she smiled and she said, one bite at a time. And she said, John, if you'll take this big, massive paper that's going to constitute half of your grade in this class, and you'll break down the components of what you've got to do into small chunks, and just get one chunk done at a time, it's just like eating an elephant. It doesn't matter where you start, but you're going to eat the elephant one bite at a time. So we're going to take 12 months and we're going to chunk it down. And I want to show you how you're going to build an effective, sustainable, simple to implement and simple to maintain process to get you in front of more qualified prospects in 2023. So let's begin to break this down. Now, we've got 12 months that we've got to plan out your marketing calendar for. If you want to take the month of December off, then you're only planning for 11. But let's assume that you are a workaholic and you want to work 12 months out of the year. So if we break that down, we've got to have a plan for the next 4 quarters. Now, again, as we think into quarterly marketing, we may think, man, that's still a lot of work I've got to do. How do I make it even simpler than that? Well, inside of each quarter, there's 3 months. So let's look at 1 month out of 1 quarter out of 1 year. And let's make it even easier than that. Let's go and let's look at 1 week inside of 1 month, inside of 1 quarter, inside of 1 year. And we're going to break it down even further. And let's look at what we need to do daily in 1 week, out of 1 month, out of 1 quarter, out of 1 year, and how we can successfully repeat that process for 360 days, for 52 weeks, for 12 months, for 4 quarters, or 1 year to grow our practice and effectively do more of what we want to do. And that's to get in front of the type of customers that want and need what we have to offer. Now, what we're really talking about is creating some SMART marketing goals. You want to create SMART marketing goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and they're time bound. They've got a time constraint to them. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about short, simple, effective tactics that you can implement in your business starting today that are going to yield results for you all year long. We're talking about activities that you can do in your practice that can be done in 1 hour or less every single day. And I dare to question anybody on this call that can't tell me they don't have 1 hour a day that they can carve out to effectively do the marketing that's necessary to grow their practice. So not only are we talking about activities, we're talking about results-focused activities that are going to expand your opportunities and are ultimately going to allow you to get more done in less time and improve your outcomes. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what we're going to talk about. We're effectively going to work smart for the next few minutes, and we're going to start looking at a 12-month marketing plan. Now, when you're thinking about 2023, I would ask you, if you wanted to have an opportunity to stay engaged and build an effective marketing system, what do you need to start with? Well, you need to start with a theme. You need to figure out if there was one word or one theme or one phrase that you wanted to use and focus on and build your marketing around in 2023. What might that be? For you, it might be results, or it might be peace of mind, or it might be financial security, or it might be independence. Whatever word it is that you think of, I want you to create a theme for 2023 that's going to allow you to generate the outcome that you desire for your clients. Now, you may say, John, where do I get the idea for a theme? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about, out of all the customers that you work with, your favorite customer or customers that you work with. And if there's one unique outcome that has been common among those 2, 3, 4, 5 customers, perhaps that's your theme for the year. If you want to focus your marketing efforts on getting in front of more of that same lookalike customer all throughout the year and bringing the same outcomes. Because here's what I can tell you. Your best customers that come to you often come to you and have very similar goals, desires, and outcomes. And as you're helping them solve their money problems, there's going to be a theme that's going to rise to the top. That begins to speak to who you are and what you do. Now, once you've come up with an overarching theme for the year, independence, financial security, results, whatever that theme is, we're now going to begin to break that down into how do we take that theme of financial independence, or big results, or more results, less time, or bigger outcomes, less effort, whatever it may be, we're now going to break that down into 4 quarters. So let's look at quarter 1, January, February, March of this year, and let's begin to narrow the focus so that if we're going to focus on a big outcome and we want to narrow the focus, what does that look like? So let's talk about the month of January. Now, in the month of January, I want to find something I want to focus on specifically for that month. Now, I want to give you some examples of what that might look like. If you are looking at the month of January, there are some national themes that are created in the financial services industry. You see those there in the second column. If you'd like a copy of this, you can reach out to me after this workshop is over, and I'll be happy to share a copy of this list of the national themes that are there, and you're welcome to have those as a resource in building out your marketing plan. Now, in the third column, I've created some optional themes for you that may play into what's important or how you can really build messages to speak to your clients. So a variety of ideas to create a monthly theme so that as you're having conversation through emails, through social media, through phone calls, through workshops, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to tie that to a theme, an outcome that your clients would desire. Now, when we get into monthly marketing activities, I want to encourage you to think about if there are 1 or 2 big things you want to do every month, what would that be? Many of our best producers are workshop oriented. They're either doing live in-person dinner events, or they're doing live non-food events at a library, a community center, or in their office. And they're also doing webinars as a means to connect with clients that can't make a live in-person event or may still be fearful about coming to a live in-person event, or the date just doesn't align, but the information is of interest. So I'm going to use the seminar model as an example for building out monthly marketing activities. Now, if you do something different other than seminar marketing, simply replace the seminar or the webinar I'm going to talk about with whatever it is you do as marketing. If you do direct mail and that's your emphasis of what you're doing, and you set appointments from that, whatever it is you do, plug that in there. But let's look at a seminar marketing model, because that's been one of the most successful that we've seen. And many of the producers I talked with at this large mega producer event were seminar focused producers. So let's assume you're going to do 1 live in-person event. Now that could be a food event or a non-food event, but you're going to invite a group of people, large group, small group, doesn't matter. You're going to invite a group of people to hear you share a topic live and in person. Another monthly marketing activity I want you to think about, if you're doing a live in-person event, I want you to think about doing that very same event as a live online event. Again, the date may not align with some people. It might be a time that they can't come, or if you're doing a restaurant, maybe they don't like the restaurant, or maybe they couldn't get to the convention center or the community center, or they couldn't make your office on that particular day for whatever reason. Give them another opportunity to hear it, but also to hear it again once they've heard it live, to invite a friend, a neighbor, a family member, a coworker to hear what they just heard at a live event in an online setting. I want you to also consider a networking event. Now, a networking event is where you're going to meet with other business professionals who do something other than what you do to begin to build relationship with them so you can reciprocate and begin to share clients. I want you to think about what you may want to do with your social media, with your email, with your phone calls and your text messages, as well as direct mail that you may be doing and any other things that you may be doing in any given month. I want you to take a moment and I want you to write those down. But we're going to use this as a means to build out a 12-month marketing plan. So here's our recommendations, and here's what we're going to look at. We want to encourage you to do one live in-person event. That can be food or non-food, and you want to do that live event on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Now, why Tuesday or Thursday? That's the best show up day for people to attend a live in-person event. You can also pull off live in-person events on Wednesdays, but Tuesday and Thursday tend to have the best attendance. I want you to do one online in-person event, again, on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Those are the two best show up days. As a matter of fact, 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 2 p.m. on Thursday tend to be, for whatever reason, the best show up dates for online in-person events. I then want you to do a weekly live video. You're going to do a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live or some social media live that is a topical conversation for 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to do that once a week. You may be saying, John, I don't know how to do that. I don't have the content. We'll teach you how to do it. We'll help you with the content. This is going to be key to your success in the future. And then I want you to think about a networking event. Maybe you need to join the Rotary. Maybe you need to join the chamber. Maybe there's another civic group, Kiwanis, Citivan, some other group you could join. Maybe it's a business meet and greet, but some opportunity where you can interact with other individuals who do something other than what you do and to begin to build relationship with them so that as your clients express a need for what those individuals offer, you can make an introduction invoking the law of reciprocity, so that business owner then feels comfortable recommending his or her clients to you for the financial services that you offer. So as we think into your three primary activities, we're talking about a live in-person event. Again, food or non-food. You can do that in a restaurant, a library, a school, in your office. The goal of this is to educate, to inspire, and to inform with a very specific call to action to do something next with you. When we're talking about a live virtual event, it's going to be the same message that you're doing in your in-person event for those that either can't make it, want to hear it again, or loved it so much they want to introduce what you do to a friend, a neighbor, a family, or a coworker so they have a chance to hear that very same message, but they missed the opportunity to be in the room with you at a live in-person event. And then that live video that you're going to do, that topical conversation, you're going to do 5 to 10 minutes on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, some other media channel. This is going to be an educational insight. It's going to be a current event. It's going to be a thought for the day. And you want to link that 5 to 10 minute live video with your theme for the month. Now, when we're thinking about SMART action steps, what are we doing? We're talking about specific action steps, clearly stated action steps to move you forward. I just gave you 3 action steps, very clearly stated, to move your business forward. You can measure the outcomes and results of these 3 things in your business so you have an opportunity to see the results that you're getting and tweak as necessary. These are action steps that you can actually implement and complete in your business. They're outcomes focused and they create results that you can measure, and they've got clearly defined timelines for completion. So how do we build out a 12-month calendar in a single day based upon what we've laid out as the primary things we want to do in this example? Let's start with a blank calendar. And let's assume we're going to set 2 dates in stone, and this is what we're going to do every single month. So let's assume that you're going to do a live in-person event and a live online event, and you're going to do your live in-person event on the second Thursday of every month. You're going to do your live virtual event on the fourth Thursday of every month. So we're going to block those out on the calendar as you see here, and we're going to set up our in-person event on the 12th, and we're going to set up our Zoom event on the 26th in this particular month, this being January 2023. So how do we get people in the room to our event on January 12th? We're going to start on January 2nd with a direct mail drop to drive traffic to attend this in-person event. At the same time, we're also going to do our first 5 to 10 minute live Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube video. And then we're going to show you how to cross-share that across all of your media channels so your clients, prospects, and others they share it with get a chance to begin to follow you and hear your wisdom and your insights as you're sharing those. Now, on Tuesday, we're now going to create an email invite to that particular event, and email invite number 1 is going to be sent out. Again, notice the progression. What we're sharing as you build your calendar is designed to take 1 hour or less every day so that you're going to map out all the activities you need to do, creating SMART daily goals that are going to drive production, but you're going to be able to replicate this month after month. So then what do? We're going to create a social media post on Wednesday, the 4th. On Thursday, we're going to send out email invite number 2. On Friday, we're going to do social media post number 2, and we're going to attend a networking event. Maybe it's a business after hours, maybe it's a chamber function, whatever it is, that's the day in this example that you're going to attend your networking event for the month. Now, what have we done? We've created 5, 6 very simple activities that are going to take you roughly a half hour or less to do to drive business to this in-person event you're doing on the 12th. And if you're using a mail house to do your direct drops and they're managing your social media posts for you, you're paying someone else to do that. So it's an activity you're directing, but you're not having to do it yourself. If you've got staff that can do this for you, you're going to build the calendar, hand it to your staff. They're going to do it for you. Maybe you hire a virtual assistant that does nothing more than manage this part of your business. But let's continue to build out this monthly calendar. We've already seen what we do in the first week. Now let's pick up on the 9th. Again, we're going to do our live video on the 9th. Again, a thought, a topic, an insight, a regulatory issue, something so people continue to see you and they begin to get to know you, like you, and trust you and see you as the authority figure and the expert in your industry. Now on Tuesday the 10th, social media post number 3. On the 11th, an email and a text reminder to the people that are coming. Again, if you're using a mail house and they're collecting your registrations, they can do this for you. And then on the 12th, you're going to do your live in-person event with the butts in the seat. And the goal there is to put more butts in the seat. Now, on Friday the 13th, as soon as this event is over, you're going to do follow-up phone calls and an email to thank everyone for coming and do outreach calls to those that didn't immediately take the call to action to do whatever it was you asked them to do at the event. Schedule an appointment, do X, Y, or Z, whatever that was. Now, here's the kicker. You're going to work that Saturday after the event, again, follow-up calls and text messages for 1 to 2 hours. Why would I do this on a Saturday? Because your competition isn't. And if you want to stand out and be unique and different so that you get results nobody else is getting, you're going to reach out to people on a Saturday for 1 to 2 hours, follow-up calls and text messages as a result of reaching out to those that attended your in-person event. Now, back to the 16th, follow-up calls and emails, your live video. On the 17th, we're going to start our email invite to our Zoom event. You're going to share that with your attendees that came. You're going to share that with your client list. And then on the 18th, guess what? We're going to put social media post number 1. Now on the 17th, you're still doing your follow-up calls and texts from your in-person event on the 12th. But then on the 19th, now we're still focusing on the Zoom event, email event number 2, and our last set of follow-up calls and emails on the in-person event. Now we've got social media post number 2 for the Zoom event coming up. You've got your live video. You've got your social media post number 3. You've got your email and text reminders, just like you did on the 11th. And then you're going to do the same event you did on the 12th, on the 26th, but it's going to be via Zoom or GoToMeeting, whatever platform it is that you use. And then we're going to start the same process over. Follow-up calls and emails, follow-up calls and text, your live video on the 30th, follow-up calls and emails. You're now moving into the next month, and we're right back into what we did before. We're setting up our next event for the following month, and now we've built out one entire month. We simply replicate this for the next 12 months, and now we built an entire program for the year. And as you can see, it's going to continue to move into the next month. So here's an example of what we want to create in terms of daily action steps. You want to write down the action steps that you saw on the calendar here, and we want to create a very simple form. You can do this in Excel, you can do this in Word, you can do this in your Outlook or Google Calendar, you can do it in your CRM, but every day you're going to go in and you're going to list the activity that you've got. Who's going to do it? And then you're going to be able to check that off to make sure it's done. That's how simple it is to build out a 12-month marketing calendar. So notice here's an example. January the 3rd, my direct mail drop. I'm going to check with the mail house to make sure that they have got my mail out the door so it's going to my target audience. Am I going to do it? No, my assistant Janie's going to do that. And when she's done that, she's going to check that as done so I know that step in the process is done. Again, SMART goals I can measure, achieve, and make sure that I'm being accountable to the results. Now, for me, on January the 3rd, I'm going to do my live video. I'm going to go live on Facebook. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to talk for 5 minutes about a topic. When I'm done, I'm going to check the box. I'm going to write email number 1 about the 4 roadblocks to retirement. I'm going to send that out, or I'm going to give that to one of my people in the office to do that for me. And as you can see, working through each day, I'm setting up the things I need to do that day to keep me moving. So 4 activities in one day that are marketing related. All 4 of those can be done in 30 minutes to 1 hour. The rest of the day, I can do my annual reviews, my customer service, my first appointments, my second appointments, and so on. I now have the opportunity to better manage myself in the 24 hours that I've been given. We all say we're going to manage time, but we can't manage time. We all get 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week, no more, no less. How we manage ourselves is going to determine the outcomes that we get. Again, a plan and a process for your success. Now, as you're thinking into this, how hard is this? It's not. It's a simple process that you can follow. What are you doing? On your calendar, here are the things I need to do, and I want to put that where everybody on my team can do that. Here in Vision Advisors, we have a marketing calendar. Every marketing activity we do goes on that calendar. Every team member sees that calendar, and if a team member has something assigned to them, it's assigned to them inside of that calendar. And when that gets done, we know it gets done so we can measure the results. You can do the very same thing with your team. Need help setting that up? We're happy to walk you through how to do that. But the goal here is to write it down on a calendar and then create a daily action step list so you can check off to know what needs to get done, who's going to do it. So everything we're doing on each day actually gets done. So you're holding yourself, your team, and the third-party vendors like the mail house or the social media team that you've hired or whoever it is that you've got helping you in this process to make sure they're getting done what needs to get done. So you're getting the butts in seats the appointments on the calendar with quality prospects so that you can close more business, make more money, and have more satisfied clients. Now, if you are a seminar producer or you've never thought about doing a seminar producer, let me share this with you. One of the most important things we're seeing right now, especially as we're going into 2023 and the word recession is being buzzed about by everybody. When people hear the word recession, it invokes fear. And afraid people are not going to make financial decisions. When you bring financial literacy to the conversation and you educate people on what they need to know about money and how to respond in difficult times like recession, you're going to set yourself apart as unique and different from other financial professionals that say, now's not the time to be doing these workshops. Well, here's what I can tell you. A Northwestern Mutual study that was recently done looking at what happened during the pandemic, one unique generation stood out as saying, I'm not going to be a victim anymore when it comes to financial wellness and making sure that I don't have to experience what I experienced during the COVID crisis. It was Generation Z. Of all the generations, Generation Z, 18 to 25-year-olds just starting their careers, only to have their careers upended. Facing financial insecurity, they realized that if they don't do something different, they're going to experience the same outcome as their parents and their grandparents who didn't save, who didn't understood how money worked. And as a result of that, many of them are retiring with not the retirement they wanted. So financial literacy is becoming a huge opportunity. And if you need messaging content, whether you're doing workshops, seminars, you're looking for topics for your weekly live conversations you want to have, let me share with you some of the things that we have here at Vision Advisors. The 4 roadblocks to retirement and how to avoid them. How to maximize your retirement income. If you thought Uncle Sam was greedy, wait till you meet Aunt Irma. Yes, you can retire happy and stay that way. How would you like to have a tax-free retirement and keep more of what you've earned? Or to claim or not to claim? That is the question. Should I defer or should I claim early when it comes to Social Security? We can talk about healthcare in retirement. We can talk about maximizing retirement income. We can talk about Social Security. We can talk about estate planning. These 4 modules are part of a 4-part educational series that we've developed called Peace of Mind University. These workshops are delivered once a week over a 4-week period that gives you an opportunity to walk those individuals who are at or near retirement age to answer these 4 critical questions they need to make so when they walk into retirement, they are financially prepared. We've also created an entire brand new series around financial wellness because this is becoming the most popular topic for businesses today. Business owners have discovered that if they bring financial wellness into the workplace and once a month they host a financial wellness lunch and learn for their employees, they improve productivity, they reduce stress, they reduce turnover, and they create more satisfied, well-rounded employees that serve their clients at a higher level. So we've created a number of workshops that you can use as part of financial wellness or as individual workshops or topics. Financial Planning 101, Health Insurance and Insurance 101, Investing 101, How to Protect Your Financial Future. High school's over. What's next? Let's talk about how we save for college using traditional and non-traditional approaches. When it comes to family planning, what do we need to do to make sure we're financially prepared to raise a family? When we're getting ready to exit the workaday world and walk into retirement, what does that look like? We've got a message around that. Creating and managing wealth, buying your dream home, offering paycheck protection and what that looks like, conquering debt, revisiting Social Security, and understanding specific timelines as it relates to the worst times to actually claim Social Security. Now, in addition to all that we've talked about so far, to help you in 2023, here's what we've also created for those of you that are contracted with Vision Advisors. You've got social media you need to be posting on. We've created social media images already prepared and ready for you to use. Email templates, landing pages, white papers, checklists. We have a digital marketing platform with content preloaded. We've got pre-recorded webinars that you can use until you get comfortable learning how to do it yourself. And we've got a customizable magazine that you can deliver to your clients where they get an opportunity to hear from you in a very beautiful, well-designed home and garden style magazine that has your picture on it. You get a chance to write a letter on the inside front cover and your ads go on the back. And it's a way to stay in front of your A-list customers and do so on a consistent and regular basis. All of these tools and more can be found in our Vision Success Academy, where we offer business development, sales and marketing training, business coaching. You need to learn to be a better speaker. We have speaker training and communication training. You want to learn to understand human buying behavior. We have those trainings and resources available, as well as personal development and leadership training for you and your team. So remember this, successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do sometimes or not at all. The secret to your success is found in your daily routine. Now, I just shared with you how to create some SMART marketing goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Short, simple, effective tactics, activities you can do in 1 hour or less every single day that are results-focused activities that are going to drive the ball forward, getting you into the end zone more often, giving you the opportunity to get more done in less time and improve your outcomes. How many of you on the call have 30 minutes to an hour a day that you would be willing to devote to these simple activities that, if replicated day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, are going to give you an opportunity to grow your business 20 to 30% or more each year? So here's my question. How much success do you want in 2023? What is your next step to be able to move your business from where it is now to where you want it to be? So here's my call to action. We want to help you build out your plan for 2023. So how do we help you do that? Here's what I'd like to ask you to do, and here's the offer I want to make to you today. If you, at the end of this call, will go to visionadvisorsinc.com and you'll scroll to the bottom of the homepage. You'll find my calendar there. You'll find Melissa, and our other team members' calendar. Feel free to schedule on my calendar or one of the other team members' calendars and schedule a strategy call where we can talk about how we help you build out your plan for 2023. We'll work with you to identify what it is you want to do, and we'll help you create that daily, weekly, and monthly blueprint that you can replicate throughout the rest of the year. If you'd like to have a conversation about content and tools and resources we have, again, schedule a strategy call at the bottom of our webpage, visionadvisorsinc.com. From there, you've got an opportunity to have a conversation about what it is you want to talk about with your business. If you want to talk about how to use social media, you've never done it, let's have that conversation. You want to say, John, I'd love to do seminars, but I'm not a good speaker. Can you help me with that? We have training and tools and resources to help you become a better speaker. You say, John, I'd love to do more digital marketing and I'd love to build landing pages and utilize those in my business, but I don't know how. Again, it's your business, and we want to understand what you want to do and help provide you with the resources to make that happen. And by the way, while you're there at visionadvisorsinc.com, upper right-hand corner of the website, you'll see our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn links. Be sure you follow us and like us on Facebook and LinkedIn, because almost every single day, Monday through Friday, we're sharing a sales tip, a sales idea, an insight, regulatory information you need to know, or other conversation starters that can lead to sales. And videos just like this. There are over 200 training videos just like this one available on our YouTube channel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no password required. It's there as a resource to give you an opportunity to grow your practice and learn from industry experts that have been doing this a long, long time. That's who we are. That's what we do. And that's how we help you. Now, for those of you that have been on the call and stuck with me through the entire thing, I want to say thank you. We've only had 1 or 2 people drop off. So for those of you that have done that, thank you very much. I have recorded this. I will be sharing this replay with each and every one of you. And I want to encourage you to go back through it, because repetition is the key to learning. And as you go back, you can start and stop this video that you'll be able to watch and actually walk through the steps in building out your marketing calendar. And you can build an entire year's calendar in a single day with you and your team. So I trust you found this time together valuable. I welcome any questions, conversations that you may have. Feel free to reach out to us, visionadvisorsinc.com, schedule a strategy call, or get on the phone and give us a call, 800-505-8489. Press 0 at the voice prompt, and you'll be directly connected to one of our business consultants. If you want to reach out directly to me, I'm at extension 102. If I miss your call and I'm on the other line, leave a message. I will call you back. Make sure you leave a good number, and I do look forward to having a follow-up conversation with you. So on behalf of all of us here at Vision Advisors, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to helping you build out your plan and growing your business in 2023. So let's not make it a good year. Let's make it a great year. And let's allow you to do more of what you've always dreamed of doing by building out a plan that's going to work, that's going to get you the results you want. Let's build a SMART plan and let's get it implemented starting today. I'm John Terry on behalf of all of us at Vision Advisors. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.